All right, let's get into it while I pull down the mic. Okay, how's it going, people? Ed Scott, I'm back to talk about wrestling, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This isn't going to be a short form video. I'm going to pretty much go long because, wow, mic isn't even plugged in. Hopefully, the camera is picking up stuff, but plug in the mic. There we go. Okay, so audio's better. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about AEW, but also before we get into that, Forbidden Door is right around the corner. So we're going to talk about predictions and my thoughts on the Forbidden Door match card. So we'll go to that first. See right here. Okay, so we start at the bottom or whatever, however they got this label. So they have. I'm not going to talk about Athena versus Billy Starks for the Owen Hart. I'm not going to get into that yet. But let's go right here. Adam Page, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio, Wheeler, Moxley, Takeshita, and the Shooter Shomina Uno. That should be a match stealer, right? A show stealer right there, because I know the Bucks gonna pull out something crazy. You got the story element boiling with Eddie, John Moxley, Claudio. Also, story elements with Shota and John Moxley, because there's that whole teacher-student dynamic. There's a lot of stuff in play here, man. So also Adam Page and John Moxley. So a lot of stuff focusing around John Moxley in a sense. Then you got, like I did say, Eddie and Claudio, Takeshita and Nick, Matt, Adam Page, because we're having that at the last pay-per-view. So I'm intrigued to see this match. Then you got the Jericho Appreciation Society, Jericho, Sammy, and also Minoru Suzuki, aka Murder Grandpa, versus Sting, Darby, and just 1 second, real quick. Hold up, I'm gonna call you back real quick. My bad. Hold up, I'm just doing this little video thing. But so versus a partner, Danielson versus Okada. I think they said that's going to be the main event. Can't wait to see that one. Adam Cole versus Tom Lawler. That's gonna be another match I want to see. CM Punk versus Kojima. I can't pronounce his first name. I know people were shitting on Kojima, but from what it seems, Kojima back in the day was a hell of a champion, but now he's older. Which begs the question, why is he in the tournament if he's an older guy and you're going against CM Punk when they could just have a up-and-comer go up against CM Punk and not shit on Kojima for people who don't know who Kojima is, like myself. So that's just a question right there. I'm pretty sure this match will be fine. Willow Nightingale versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Oh, this is not a knock to Willow because she's a hell of a champion, the New Japan Women's Strong Women's Champion. But why? Like, if this is Forbidden Door, it means people coming together that you normally wouldn't see together. Why wouldn't it be Toni Storm versus Netpoi, Toni Storm versus Mina Sharira, Toni Storm versus Yumina, I can't pronounce his last name, or just any one of the top women from Stardom? Why Willow? And Willow and Toni Storm have already had matches, so this kind of feels as a pay-per-view match very cheap, in my opinion. Not against Willow, but it feels cheap. It could have got a good woman from Stardom to fit this role. Then you have a fatal four-way for the AEW International Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Katsuyori Shibata versus Garcia versus the champion Orange Cassidy. Can't wait. I definitely want to watch this match. So many elements of different styles in this one. Then you have Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the United States IWGP Championship. It's a solid match card up and down. I haven't even finished it. Jungle Boy versus Sonata. That is like all these matches on paper sound like bangers, like must watches. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus MJF. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, I can't wait for this Forbidden Door. Like the only match that I just like have to like scratch my chin over is Willow versus Tony. And not, it's like I said, it's not a knock against Willow or Tony. So it's just all these matches look like Forbidden Door matches besides that one. Let's see right here. And then let's move into Dynamite. Let's move into Dynamite real quick. Let's see. So first match was the Hardys versus the Guns. The Guns defeat the Hardys. Forgot how they won it. Let's see. They won it by. Oh yeah, it was interference from Jay White and the Bullet Club. They won it with that, and then they started attacking the Hardys. Bullet Club started attacking the Hardys. Then out came Ricky Starks. Then FTR. Then CM Punk, and they fought him off. And CM Punk set up a match between himself, Ricky Starks, and FTR versus Bullet Club Gold and the Guns for Saturday night. The match with the Hardys, it was a solid tag team match for what it was. And from what it seems like, Jeff Hardy's going to be going away for another bit to again get his mind corrected. So that's a way of writing both of the guys off for a little bit until they're a fully rested tag team. And I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind where they're going with this whole thing. Then you had the concession stand brawl. Mark Briscoe defeated Jeff Jarrett. This was just fun, man. This was silly. This was silly violence. Highlights of the match: Karen Jarrett spraying ketchup in Mark Briscoe's face. Sanjay pushing Mark Briscoe off of a ladder backstage into a table. Papa Briscoe sitting at a table when Jay Lethal and all the other guys came out. He like grabs the table. He's like, "Hey man, move!" And Papa Briscoe gets up, takes his hat off, and I guess it's a running joke where Jay just becomes frozen in fear at Papa Briscoe, and Papa Briscoe just takes him up and choke slams him through the table. One in a billion, I forgot the guy's name, but the tall giant dude, he comes in, he starts choke slamming Mark, but then the Lucha Bros, Best Friends, and I forgot the other guy comes in, they take him out, which allows Jeff Jarrett to get kicked by Penta. And then Mark Briscoe rolls him up 1, 2, 3. Just fun, silly violence, man. Something to get the crowd going. Then you had Chris Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki defeating Anthony Andretti, Darius Martin, and AR Fox. There's a storyline in here that I hope they flesh out. Minoru Suzuki just laying out Darius Martin with these forearms. Hopefully it leads to like where Darius Martin is like, okay, I've gotten to the point where I can take on Minoru Suzuki, or he joins Minoru Suzuki, like some kind of like idols become rivals type of thing. With both of them, I would love to see Darius Martin go over to New Japan and start some kind of feud with Minoru Suzuki or something similar. Anthony Andretti, man, hell of an athlete, just no character. Like, he was doing some things in here that were pretty cool, pretty exciting. It's just, hey man, he's just not character wise. AR Fox, same thing. Very talented guy, been on the scene for like years, and I don't remember him. I remember the Darius Martin stuff because of Suzuki's face reaction. Like, he hit Minoru Suzuki in the back, and Minoru Suzuki just stopped what he was doing, and he smiled. It's just like, okay, that's a giftable moment. Then he just completely decks Darius Martin. I thought Darius Martin goes flying flat out from the shot. There's some storyline here. There's definitely storyline growth with that. After the match, Chris Jericho wins by putting Darius in the walls of Jericho. He gets on the mic and calls out Sting and Darby, challenges into a match, a 6-man tag. They come out. Sting's like, you cuss me on your breath, and I accept your challenge. And Jericho's like, hey, well, who's your partner? And Darby's like, well, we'll let you know Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm trying to think, who hates Chris Jericho? Who hates Chris Jericho in New Japan that they could bring in? I'm pretty sure it's some. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. But he was a young lion when Chris Jericho came there, and now he's like one of their guys. So I just can't think of it right now. Adam Cole comes out. He's talking about how MJF pretty much won by the skin of his teeth or whatever by that, and calls out MJF. MJF says, "You're welcome for me bringing out the old Adam Cole or whatever," and then Tony Schiavone gets up. He says, "Hey, you guys were drawn together in the mystery tag team battle royal." And MJF was like, "Schiavone, you want me to wrestle every week? Are you some kind of sick pervert?" And then Adam Cole goats him to accepting a match against Tanahashi. I can't even lie. Tanahashi on the screen, that was kind of disturbing to watch. Not like disturbing. Like, it was cringe. And I know it's a language barrier, but it was still just like, oh, man. I thought MJF was going to just like go. Like, I thought the way MJF responded to Tanahashi talking on the thing, I thought he was going like, oh man, I thought he was gonna go really hard on that. He kind of is like with, oh well, Tony Khan is running a dog and pony show. I'm not doing it or whatever. And at the end, Adam Cole got what he wanted. He's tag teaming with MJF. He's gonna annoy him to maybe get another title shot, and then he made him accept the match against Tanahashi. It seems like Adam Cole is just outsmarting MJF at every corner on the mic, not in the ring. But on the mic, he's outsmarting Adam Cole. He's outsmarting MJF, which is a nice story dynamic. Let's see. Oh, Cassidy and Shibata versus Garcia and Zack Sabre. Zack Sabre and Daniel Garcia win. This was a nice, long, technical match. Zack Sabre Jr., man, what a hell of a wrestler. Like, he makes it still look fun, and he's trash talking in the ring. He got the nice accent, no homo. Just match was a good. It was a good match. At the end, it's announced that it's going to be a 4-way, like I said earlier, between all 4 of the guys for the AEW International Championship. At the end, you have all 4 of the guys holding the Intercontinental International belt. Orange Cassidy has to snatch it away. So snatch it away from all 4 of the guys. Also, the match ends. So Shibata has Dave Garcia in the chokehold. And he's setting him up for the PK. Orange Cassidy comes in, tries to go for the orange punch. Garcia ducks out of the way. He hits Shibata on accident. Zack Sabre Jr. puts Orange Cassidy into a knee bar. Garcia picks up the pinfall, 1, 2, 3, and that was the end of the match. Let's see. Then you had Chris Statlander defeating Taya Valkyrie. Look, nothing against Chris Statlander. I don't think it was the time to put a championship on. But then again, I'm gonna give it a couple more months. I still implore that they probably should have given this to Soraya at All In England at Wembley. And if they're gonna bring Chris Statlander back, they either should have waited till after that one and had her take the belt off Soraya, or had her beat Athena, who's been killing it in ROH. Chris Statlander, I I don't know. I'm gonna give it some more time. It just feels sort of bland. It feels like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because Statlander isn't cutting promos, or like it's something missing for this title reign. Like, yeah, she's a face, but it's like, okay, um, crowds behind her, but are they? It's just a weird dynamic. I'm gonna move on for this one. Eddie Kingston comes out. He says, "Hey, I'm teaming up with the Bucks, but I don't like the Bucks. But I'm doing it because I hate Claudio Castagnoli." Uh, Out comes John Moxley. John Moxley said, you're standing with the Bucks. You're standing against me." Then Eddie says, "No, you drew the line in the sand because you're teaming up with Claudio. You know I hate Claudio." And John's like, "Every time you do this every time." And then the Blackpool Combat Club comes out after Eddie announces that Tomohiro Ishii is going to be the fifth man. They attack both of the guys. And Danielson gets on the mic. He says, "If Okada isn't going to come out, I'm going to stump Ishii's face in." Out comes Okada. Okada gets beat up by Danielson and Wheeler. Wheeler holds Okada. Okada breaks out while Danielson does the flying knee, hits Wheeler. He grabs Danielson, Okada does. He tries to go for the Rainmaker. Danielson ducks out, slips out of the ring. But look who's there. It's Wheeler Yuta, who takes the Rainmaker lariat. And yeah, people say it's a dream match. It's definitely a dream match. Who would have thought that these two people would come together for a offshoot special event pay-per-view? Okada, Danielson, perhaps the two greatest wrestlers of their respective generations. This is much-watched television, people. I just hope there's no silly, goofy ending here. I don't really care who wins. This is something that could be monumental, especially if they continue the storyline. You can have Danielson in the G1. No, because they already did the G1. Like, real quick rant before I get off here. The G1 tournament, bull is just straight bull. New Japan works with all these different companies. They work with it's New Japan, Impact, AEW. I think it's either AAA or CMML. They work with all these different companies, but it's all New Japan. Like, the way to really get the New Japan is to have, hey, we got 4 guys from Impact, we got 4 guys from AEW, we got 4 guys from whatever Mexican company they work with, and they're thrown into G1. And sometimes, hey, Eddie Kingston, not Eddie King, but Eddie Edwards winning the G1, or what's another guy from Impact? I think of somebody that's Impact doesn't really have a lot of. I'm trying to think of heavyweight. Moose winning the G. Oh my God. Whew. AEW. Brian Danielson winning the G1. Claudio winning the G. Moxley winning the G1. So many elements you could put there, but it just feels like the G1 is just like, oh, it's Okada winning. Oh, it's Harashi winning. Maybe with the junior tournament, maybe you could have Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy winning the junior G1, the best of the Super Juniors. Just something to think about. But anyway, yeah, solid show for what it was, especially like a build up to the next paper for Forbidden Door. They were just like random thoughts. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna catch you guys later, and yeah, peace out.